There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
Hey everyone, happy Comic-Con week. This is going to be my Black Widow trailer breakdown. Because Marvel isn't allowing us to post the footage online, I'm trying to do this the best that I can. But there was a whole bunch of footage of her fighting Taskmaster and Florence Pugh just going full John Wick inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There were a whole bunch of Easter eggs. They also did some separate interviews revealing more details that were not in the trailer, so we'll break it all down. There's a new round of that Avengers Endgame Blu-ray giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your favorite Black Widow moment on the video. I just broke this down top 10 style, so cursory spoiler warning for the Black Widow movie. But starting with number 10, the footage begins with a montage of Black Widow in all the other Marvel movies so far with the following voiceover: "I used to have nothing, then I got this job, this family, I was better because of it. I've made mistakes, I can't go back." Those are lines of dialogue that you probably heard in all the Avengers Endgame trailers. It sort of informs her choice to not let Hawkeye kill himself and her take his place. David Harbour, aka Sheriff Hopper, also said during all the interviews that the Black Widow movie would help explain why she did what she did on Vormir. Then the Marvel Studio logo flashes. Number 9, there's this massive establishing shot, and boom, the words Budapest flash on screen. So of course they're going to be explaining all the Budapest references what she and Hawkeye keep talking about in these Avengers movies. Black Widow walks into an old apartment building in Budapest with her gun drawn. She's being very cautious. There's a voice from inside the room that says, "I know you're out there." Black Widow replies, "I know you know, so do you want to talk like grown-ups?" She turns around the corner with her gun still drawn, still very cautious, and there standing is Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh, with her gun drawn on Natasha. "Is that where we are?" she says. 8, they each tell each other to put their guns down. Neither one of them does. There's still this tense beat, and at the exact same time, using the exact same moves, each woman takes the gun out of the other's hand. Now they have each other's guns. Then they repeat the move and steal each other's guns again. Then they start fighting each other. So 7, it's a very Winter Soldier-esque John Wick fight. Lots of punching, lots of kicking, super intensity. You've seen most of Black Widow's moves the last couple of movies, so you can imagine that Yelena Belova Black Widow has the exact same moves, so they're pretty evenly matched. Black Widow grabs a towel and uses it to smash Yelena Belova into a sink. She wraps it around her mouth, Bourne style, and starts choking her out. Yelena Belova counters by grabbing a plate, smashing it into Black Widow's head. From there is just complete madness. It really does feel like a Bourne fight. They've gone full Captain America Winter Soldier at this point, with Bucky fighting Captain America. At one point, Yelena Belova grabs a huge kitchen knife and comes for Black Widow. The fight continues on. It ends with both of them on the floor, each choking each other out with what looks like curtain rod. Then they both wind up passing out. So it dips to black, and when it comes back, number 6, Black Widow is pouring 2 drinks for them. She says, "Good to see you, sis," then says, "You just had to come to Budapest, didn't you?" 5, they cut to a montage. Black Widow is running across this huge mountain range. It looks awesome. There's all these other Russian agents and people from the Red Room pointing their guns at her from rooftops. There's a motorcycle chase that looks like it's right out of the Mission Impossible movies. Then number 4, finally, Black Widow gets into a car that gets smashed into a bridge in the night. She's hurt. The car is burning, but she looks out and Taskmaster is coming for her. So this is one of the big boss fights from the movie. She shoots, but Taskmaster pulls a shield out to stop the bullets, so reminds you a little bit of an evil version of Captain America or Winter Soldier when he was still brainwashed. They start to go hand-to-hand fighting each other. They already have a very similar fighting style, but after a few moves, they both kneel and look up at each other in the same position as if they are mirrored. Obviously, you know, Taskmaster's abilities involve copying people's moves, learning them on the fly instantly. Even if you haven't read a lot of Taskmaster comic books, you probably remember him from Marvel's Spider-Man PS4. They give you a pretty good rundown for what he's like and what his abilities are like.
You were on my neighbor's porch for Halloween!
The name's Taskmaster, and you're about to get taken to school. I have a photo-reflexive memory. Anything I see you do, I can do. I've got toe-to-toe with the Avengers.
If you know my moves, you know I'm gonna wreck you!
Surprise me, if you can.
School's out, Taskmaster. Why are you stalking me?
An organization hired me to see if you're worth recruiting.
I'd rather be Jonah Jameson's foot masseur than work for anyone who'd hire you.
Your loss. They pay 6 figures.
So expect them to have a little bit of fun with that with their fights. Like Yelena Belova has very similar moves to Black Widow because they were both trained in the Red Room program, but Taskmaster's ability to copy people's moves is a whole level beyond that. They give you a big close-up shot of Taskmaster with his special mask and shield just to let you know that it is Taskmaster. Then the Black Widow shows in the movie release date, May 1st, 2020. So as per usual with Marvel, usually their first trailers for their big spring movies come out sometime in the fall, so they'll be releasing some of this footage online pretty soon. But 3, the other big characters, Rachel Weisz is playing Melina Vostokov, aka Iron Maiden from the comics, when the film begins in the present day of the movie. Remember, this is set right after Captain America Civil War. She says her character has been cycled through the Red Room program 5 separate times, so most of her humanity has been stripped away. This is a clip of her talking about her character.
I'm a Black Widow, and Scarlet and Florence, and then there are at least there are quite a lot of other characters that you meet who are also Black Widows.
So if it wasn't clear from that clip or the general pitch of the movie will feature multiple Black Widows. All graduates of the Red Room program are called Black Widows. It's the Black Widow program. It's just that the Natasha Black Widow is the most successful creation, the most prolific or most infamous, however you want to think about her. Rachel Weisz's character is meant to be the darkest timeline example of what could have happened to Natasha Black Widow had she not gotten away from the program and been taken in by Hawkeye and Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. 2, Sheriff Hopper is playing Alexei Shostakov, aka Red Guardian, the Russian version of Captain America. How ironic that he's playing a character named Alexei right after we all just watched Alexei in Stranger Things. Completely triggered. David Harbour is awesome. I can't wait to see him in this movie. This is a clip of him talking about his character. Look at his epic Red Guardian beard.
This Russian's name is Alexei Shostakov, and he is the Red Guardian, who's the counterpart to Captain America. And he's also got a tremendous history with Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow. They've known each other for a long time, and as she goes to discover these things about herself, he's there. He's a very surprising character. You sort of think in the beginning of the film he's one thing, and then he becomes very much another. There's a lot of movement to his character, a lot of arc. There's all sorts of humor and heart, which I think is in a lot of these Marvel movies. And it's in another way, this movie also feels very grounded in a certain way that feels like a real kind of almost indie movie amidst this universe. So it's really cool.
So when he says the character changes a lot over the course of the movie, in the comics, he became the Russian version of Captain America and was meant to be this epic symbol for the Soviet Union, the same way that Captain America was a symbol for the U.S. Allied forces during World War II. But he also got married to Natasha Black Widow. But then later, after she defected and joined the Avengers, he tried to capture her and bring her back to Russia to stand trial for crimes against the state. So translating the ways that the movies usually change the comic books, I'm assuming that he and Black Widow just have a very close relationship during the flashbacks when she's still part of the Red Room program pre-Budapest. Then in present day, when the movie picks up, he resents her a little bit for leaving him, for leaving the program, but he's not the villain of the movie. He's not meant to be the bad guy. The real main villain was confirmed to be Taskmaster, but they did not say which actor is playing Taskmaster. So that's still open to speculation, but he wears a mask most of the time. So I think the idea is that you don't find out who he really is till the end of the film. Number 1, as you all probably wondered, when Scarlett Johansson was asked about Hawkeye being in the movie recently on Good Morning America, she got all flustered and said, well, we have lots of surprises for longtime Marvel fans. Which I think is just confirmation that at the end of the movie, in the flashbacks, we'll see Hawkeye showing up in Budapest, offering her a job with S.H.I.E.L.D., seeing past all the terrible things that she's done, offering her a better path for her life, which was what she was referencing in her final scene during Avengers Endgame right before she dies. They have a conversation talking about him looking past all the things that she's done.
I don't judge people on their worst mistakes.
Maybe you should.
You didn't.
Watching that clip, knowing how she ends up and why she does what she does, hopefully that gives you an idea for how they structured the Black Widow movie. But like I said, easiest way to think about it is Marvel doing a Bourne film or a John Wick film? Once they start releasing some of this Black Widow footage online, I'll do some more Easter egg videos. I'm also working on a new Blade teaser video that should post in the next day, but leave all your Marvel video requests in the comments below. I know there are a lot of questions after that big Marvel Phase 4 reveal. I'll name a giveaway winner when I post that. While you wait for everything, click here for the big Marvel Phase 4 panel and the Fantastic Four X-Men teaser, and click here for my Hawkeye trailer for the Hawkeye series. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.